Hey gang, welcome. It's me, Natalie Diaz, founder of Twiniversity, author of that book with a new cover, by the way, What to Do When You're Having Two, certified lactation counselor, mother of twins, mother of rescue dog, Betty Lou. Oh yeah, there's a lot of things that I am. Welcome today. I am excited to have this chat today. I think it's a much needed chat that we have to have today. And we're going to talk all about your teething 20s. So we're going to discuss what's happening, why is it happening, how we could help them, how we could help you, some ways that we could solve the night woes, how to deal with breastfeeding. We're going to cover a lot when it comes to teething. So I'm very excited, first and foremost, to obviously be on with you. And I do love our big Facebook Live chats that we have because you get to participate as well. So if you have teething 20s, this is absolutely perfect because you get to join in on the conversation, and hopefully our friends from Boiron who are sponsoring this chat are going to be joining us as well. So I'm hoping that Deborah is here with us because she is wonderful. And if you are not familiar with Boiron, we're going to talk about them, tell you who they are, what they could do for you, how they could help, and of course, we got some prizes. I love prizes. Am I the only one who loves prizes? I also just realized that I only polished one hand. So will you forgive me for that? But that's kind of funny, right? Now that I think about it, because, I was too busy getting ready for this. So join us today. We're going to start off. Maybe we'll even start off with a prize because that's great. But I would love is for those of you that are here already watching us, I want to know who you are, where you're from, and how old your 20s are. I could also tell you right now that we got Natasha with us today. Is all I ever used for my teething 20s was essential oils and a roller and would apply it to the jawline, and we never had an issue. It was amazing. Yeah, let me tell you, homeopathic remedies are definitely the way to go. It's a great first line of defense before going up the chain and dealing with so many other things. Now, I am very familiar with Boiron because they make a few other products that I personally use. So I knew who they were, but I wasn't aware that they had a teething product. I knew that they had a colic product, which is called Colic Comfort, I believe. But now they have a new teething line called Camilia, which is out, which you could buy. Yay! She's here with us. So, which you could find kind of everywhere. So we know that you could find it at Whole Foods, you could find it at Rite Aid, you could find it at CVS, and now you could also find it at Walmart, which is pretty good because if you are like me, you are taking huge advantage of that Walmart curbside pickup. Am I the only one that's doing that? I love it. I place my order online. There's somebody, apparently little elves and wizards, go into the store and go shopping for me, and they bring me everything. So now you could find this in the baby section at Walmart as well, which is pretty exciting. So just want to give you a heads up. The first place that I want you to go after you leave today's live feed is you go to camiliateething.com/twiniversity. You're going to find a bunch of resources from our friends at Boiron over there. Plus, you're going to find a $2 off coupon. So we got some prizes from them today, which is what this little bag is next to me. But we also have some prizes from us as well. So we're going to give you guys some Walmart gift cards, which I'm pretty excited about. So let's kind of jump in. Let's get into what teething is. Tell me if your kids are teething, what's going on. Oh, Beth says we're getting our 2-year molars coming in right now. Everybody, tell Beth you're sorry because there is literally a reason why this meme exists. Okay, teething babies are God's birth control for humanity. Teething babies are absolutely no fun. I was looking up funny things about teething, and everything that I found on the internet was entirely about like sadness. Here was another one that I found here. I found this one too. I do love me some Game of Thrones. I often say that I am not the mother of dragons. I don't know if you hear me talk about that. But yeah, prepare yourself. The 20s are teething. That literally made me laugh. So we got 3 winners from our friends at Boiron today, and then we're going to have 2 winners from our friends here. I think that we start off right away with a prize. Who thinks that's a good idea? So just right out of the gate, let's just go with a prize from our friends at Boiron. I'm going to show you what you're going to get. Okay, so this is the little bag that you are going to get from them. As I just dropped my book. Oh, well, that's okay. I'll move that over here. So you get this wonderful tote bag, which is, I don't know. It's not canvas. It smells like, not like rattan. What is that other sisal? Like it's kind of reminds me of that. And you are going to get a bib. Oh my gosh. Deborah, maybe we could get 2 for our 20s. Hi, just throwing that out there. So yeah, so you're going to get a bib, and then you're going to get a little pouch, which I feel like this is more of a dry bag. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like this could definitely be used for a dry bag, especially for a quick change, or maybe you want to keep a washcloth in here with washcloth to have the babies gnaw on too. So you'll get that. You will get a bunch of coupons and some other great things from our friends at Boiron. Plus, you will get, obviously, a package of their Camilia teething relief liquid, which we're going to talk about throughout this live feed, but we're going to give you some more tips. But this is 30 doses, and they're individually packed dosage, which makes it crazily hygienic, especially for today's time. So yeah, if you would like to win, it's Jute. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. I didn't know what it was actually called. So if you would like to win, just say it's teething time. That's it. Just say it's teething time, and then you will be entered to win. Today, the way that the live feed is going to work is that we do have our friends from Boiron on with us, so they could also answer questions. And yes, they will put in 2 bibs. I forgot to ask that to you about with when I was speaking to you yesterday, Deborah. And you will get this 30 pack, which is going to be good. If you think that it's enough, I would say, honestly, if I were you, when I was stocking up on these, I would probably buy 3 or 4 at a time, because what is interesting is that you could actually give your kitties up to 9 doses a day. So make sure you read the directions. But yeah, that is what is here. So yeah, I love that Deborah is giving. I think it's Deborah, right? Deborah, is that you on there? So yeah, just say it's teething time, and then Julie is going to announce the winner. She'll text me. I will tell you who the winner was. We'll pick a winner live, and we always, if you don't know, I'm sorry, I keep moving away from the mic, but we always ask you to say something at Twiniversity, just because we want to make sure that you actually want to win the prize, right? Because if you don't have teething 20s, you might not be interested. You might want to hold out for the Walmart gift card. We don't know, but yeah, just say it's teething time. Julie will pick a winner. She will let me know who it is, and we will go from there. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about teething. When does it happen? When could you expect it to happen? And what are we going to do? Tiffany R., by the way, you're our winner of the first Boiron gift pack. So congratulations. And everybody say congratulations to Tiffany. Hello, how are you? Yes, so exciting. So congratulations to you. So teething could start anywhere from a few months old through the age, and hopefully should be over by the age of 3. Now, the interesting thing is that I remember thinking that it's impossible for my twins' teeth to be coming in. So this is where I'm going, because I know like technically what the paperwork says, but you could really begin teething very early on. And often moms find out about that their babies are getting their first teeth when they start noticing some drooling and some other things, which we're going to talk about. But their permanent teeth usually come in between 4 and 6 years old. My 20s teeth, my daughter's teeth, not my son's teeth, my daughter's teeth came in a lot earlier. So she was only a few months old and her teeth started to come in. And I was like, this is impossible. She started getting a rash around her mouth. I wasn't sure what that was about. I took her to the doctor and the doctor looked at me like I had two heads and they're like, she's teething. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that it could start this early because you have your first set of teeth. And then the other thing that I wasn't aware of is that you know that you're supposed to take your kids to the dentist even before they get their permanent teeth. All new things that I was learning when I had my 20s. So yeah, typically you get your permanent teeth between 4 and 6 years old, although you could start getting your permanent teeth a little bit earlier. But yeah, I was trying to read up on some studies because there's some studies that say, especially for girls, that if your teeth come in a little bit earlier, you tend to hit puberty earlier. But I can't actually find any studies. I just know that that was told to me by my doctor, which I think is kind of crazy. But I did not find that happen, by the way. So does this mean that our 20s might not be teething at the same time? 1,000,000% your 20s may not be teething at the same time. If you have identicals, obviously there's a chance that identically they will be teething. However, please do not expect that if Anna is getting a tooth breaking, that Johnny is going to get that tooth breaking. Because remember, especially with fraternal twins, they're just two babies that happen to share a womb and happen to have the same birthday. But genetically, they're very, very different. So you can't actually expect them to have their teeth come in at the same time. So they could break their first tooth anywhere from 3 to 14 months. Typically, it's a little bit earlier on. So if you go to your 6-month appointment and you don't think anything's happening, sometimes things are happening below the gum line, but they're not actually irritating your children. So don't always make an assumption that their teeth aren't coming in. However, the majority of us notice a few things when your kids' teeth start to come in. So the first thing that you're going to notice is they're often going to want to chomp on things. So like literally like chompo. So what happens is when they bite down, the pressure that they are exerting when they are biting is relieving the pressure by placing counter pressure on that. So you might notice that they're starting to choose, like if you have some like toy keys, they're chewing those. Or if you notice that they are, chewing on the edge of the pacifier versus the pacifier itself, let's say. Or you might be noticing that they're chewing on their twin. Yes, this does happen. I literally got a text yesterday from a mom that was saying, why are they doing this? And I'm like, this is literally on point. But one twin was always kind of trying to chew on the other twin. And I said, you just kind of got to separate them and put them into separate corners. But, when you have such a close relationship like your twins have, it's kind of common to be like, ooh, I'm going to chomp on that kid. Not that you have a vampire in the house, but that twin does look delicious. So notice that if they are starting to chomp, this could especially happen when you are breastfeeding. Notice that if they're chomping, their teeth are probably starting to come in, okay? Now, another horrible thing that happens when it comes to teething is that teeth grow in stages. So often, you'll see that the teeth are starting to come in, but the majority of the time that you will see this because 50%, kind of their day is spent sleeping and at night. So you may see more activity when they're resting and sleeping, which is going to lead to more irritability. So often people notice that their babies are starting to teeth because they have like this well-established, daily feeding schedule, daily sleep schedule. And then all of a sudden the babies start to go crazy. So some people think that it's a 4-month sleep regression. Some people think that it could be teething. Some people think that it's an environmental issue. The room is too hot, the room is too cold or whatever, but just know that this is something that occurs. Now, Beth just asked, will brushing help with that counter pressure? Now, yes and no. Okay, so it will help, but you always have to make sure that you are getting age-appropriate oral equipment. So you can't just take like a Crest toothbrush that's made for an adult and then just give it to your child to chomp down. So what you could do is, I know as a fact that MAM sells this little mitt that you could put on your hand, and it's shaped like a bunny, and your fingers go into the bunny ears. And it's that way, it's the little bunny ears that you could use to massage their gums. Another thing, though, that I do want to say to you, Beth, and everybody else that's listening, is it's really important to make sure that if you are going to use any tools, any teething equipment, anything like that, that you have to make sure that everything is clean, including your hands. So now, because of COVID, we all know, if you didn't know before, we should always be brushing our brushing. We should always be washing our hands for at least 20 seconds. This also applies COVID, no nothing. Washing your hands for 20 seconds will get most of the germs off of your hands. Do not use hand sanitizer, which is mostly alcohol-based. You do not want to put that into your baby's mouth. So looking for items that are safe, hygienic, and age appropriate are going to be kind of your big wins here when it comes to applying that counter pressure. But that Ma'am Little Bunny is the first thing that I actually, besides the pacifiers, learned about them. And then they have a whole bunch of oral motor equipment, including your baby's first brush. So that's definitely something that you might want to check out. And that's available nationwide, including Walmart. Probably will be next to Boiron's teething stuff. And if it isn't, that's really where it should be, because we all need these items at the same time. So notice that at night, you might have a little bit more activity. Don't be surprised by that. That is unfortunate. Now, like our 20s, teeth come in pairs. The first two little teeth that you see will be their bottom tiny little teeth. Oh my gosh, they will be so cute. They'll look like a little pug or a little tiny baby bunny, and their little teeth will start to sprout, and you will see them, their gums will get very irritated, and as they break, because it literally breaks through the skin. So imagine, I know you have a lot of empathy, and I know you have a lot of sympathy for your 20s, but just remember that this really is very, very, very uncomfortable. And if we had something that was breaking through, maybe perhaps you got a wisdom tooth later on in life, that is really, it's a little bit painful. So know that you're going to get your tiny little bottom teeth. They're going to sprout up first. And then the next teeth are going to come in are the tiny little bunny teeth, which are going to come down second. Now, something that I did not know. Okay, this is an interesting thing that I learned from a dentist. Have any of you ever noticed that sometimes you'll have white spots on your teeth? So like I can't see them now, but like I have like a little white spot like right here. And my daughter has quite a few of those white spots on her teeth. And when we went for her first pediatric dental appointment, which was around the age of 2.5, I got to be honest with you. That's when we took them, because I wasn't sure when we should do it. But we took them at this time, and I was like, what? Oh no, wait, scratch that. We took them at that time. There was no white spots on her teeth. But then when we took her back my kids go to the dentist twice a year. They do a cleaning twice a year. Thanks to COVID, unfortunately, we only did it once a year. Please don't get mad at me. But my kid has white spots on her teeth. And the dentist said to me that the white spots on her teeth were actually injuries that she got when she was a baby. And what happens is her baby teeth hit her adult teeth and created kind of that permanent damage. Who knew? So if your baby's full or they hurt their mouths or something like that, you really should pay attention to it and make sure that you are taking appropriate action, because I do know that my kids are very, very accident prone. And even before they got their permanent teeth, they would be kind of like toddling around the playground, and my son walked into a fence. That's true. Then, of course, he let her into the area with the swings when I was trying to run after him for letting her into the swings. It was a mess. But just know that your children could get baby teeth injuries that could actually affect their permanent teeth. So it is important to kind of pay attention to their oral health from the very, very beginning. And teething is one of those times that you really need to start. So another thing that I want to tell you is that besides the irritability, besides the chomping, besides the nighttime and when their teeth are coming up, you will probably notice excessive drooling, which is why I am so happy that our friends at Boiron are going to give us 2 bibs. And if you notice, they make a lot of bibs for babies that are made of a very soft cotton material that are very, very absorbent, so that as your kiddos are drooling, and the drooling is because it's kind of lubricating their gum area. So as their teeth are coming up, it's getting a little bit better. Okay. So just know that drooling is another one of those signs. And speaking of drooling, I think you're probably going to need a lot of bibs. So how about another prize time, guys? Everybody, if you want a prize time, say prize time. I can't hear you. I literally can't hear you. I really wish that there was a way that there could be a sound interaction between you and me. I love you guys so much. So yeah, say prize time. We're going to give you guys a $10 Walmart gift card for you to go pick up some of the Camilia Teething Relief Cream liquid, as well as some bibs. Okay, so just know, I love when Marnie gets into it. Morgan's getting into it. Guys, get into it, because this is what is happening. And so if you would like to win, let us say, what do we want to say? How about giving us a baby emoji with drool? So let's go for full-on emojis. So let's just put that there. Okay, so just go for it. Do a little baby emoji, do some drool, go for it. I love that Avita had a little bit of a typo with prize time. It's very entertaining to me when you guys have typos. I love it. So yeah, just give us a tiny, oh, look, you corrected it. You're so good. So go on and just put in the little baby emoji, and that's it. I love it. Boiron, I love that you guys are getting all excited. So yeah, unfortunately, these are not sold at Walmart. I don't know why they are not sold at Walmart, because they are an unbelievable quality bib made by this company called Rabbit Skins, but it is so soft and wonderful. And also I love that it is not, my allergies are killing me today, so my apologies. Notice that it is not kind of like that plastic applique. It's actually like screen printed on. So none of this is going to peel off, and it's going to be wonderfully safe for your babies. Okay. So drooling, like everybody said, like Boiron said, it is a natural part of development. So just know, why did that go off? When, I'm just learning how to use my new Apple Watch. By the way, I'm very excited about it. And I thought when I told it that I was busy, that it would leave me alone. So yeah, back to the drooling. Okay, so they're going to drool. Your job as a mama or a papa is to make sure that you are keeping them as dry as possible. So when they're wearing their bib and they're dribbling, just take their bib and just blot their little mouths, the corner of their mouth if you can, but always make sure that you are keeping it as dry as possible. Sarah, congratulations. You are the winner. Sarah is the winner. Sarah is the winner. Listen, Kathy, you did good. You did good with the emojis. I know. I made you think about that one, guys. I made you think about that one. Everybody congratulate Sarah. We love that. And yeah, you could use that however you like, but bibs are definitely going to be a big option. Now, if you notice that there is an excessive amount of drool, like really excessive, they start to develop a rash, you could speak to your pediatrician about perhaps applying a little bit of a barrier ointment to their face. Something I would think like a Eucerin or an Aquaphor, something like that, but speak to your doctor beforehand, okay? And what the difference of that is, say, than a Vaseline, is that like the Aquaphor and stuff is going to be very breathable, which is why like the tattoo dude told my husband to use it when he got his tattoo, and it's what I used for mine as well. You need something that's not just going to trap the moisture underneath, but that's actually going to heal it. So it's very important that you speak to your doctor about what would be appropriate for this drooling. Now, with all of this pain, let us get down to business, because I want to show you literally what is in here and why it's so important. We already talked about the hygienic aspect of it. So one thing to note, that when you buy a box of the Camilia Teething Relief It's liquid. You're going to see, I keep on saying gel, but it's not a gel. It's a liquid. I'm going to actually squirt it out and show you guys. So what you have to make sure is making sure that this box is completely closed. I will tell you, I opened this box. So I got some tape on the back of mine for you guys. But when you get this box, please note also that there is an expiration date at the bottom. So if you're buying multiple packs of it, make sure that if there are different expiration dates that you're using the ones that are going to expire sooner as opposed to the ones that are going to expire later. Now, in this box, you're going to see that there are different pouches. This was full. Remember, I opened it, so just know that it's in there, but this has 30 little packs in there. So each little pack of these, okay, is going to be perfect because the other thing is, in case you throw out the box, you have, could you guys see that? It has the expiration date and it also has the lot number. Got to come back into focus. Hello, camera. I'm back here, camera. I'm going to ruin my focus. Am I fuzzy to you? Do I look like I've been drinking? This is so funny. Maybe I have to make it see me. Hello, camera. Ugh. Anytime you're ready, camera. I'm right here. Unless we're going to do this whole thing fuzzy. So do I look fuzzy to you, Marnie? Are you drinking again, Marnie? Is that why I don't look fuzzy? I feel like I look fuzzy. Well, if you guys don't think I look fuzzy, then I don't look fuzzy. Okay, well, I'm going to be up close anyway. So I'm going to open this up and you're going to see that each of these is hygienically sealed. Okay. That's funny, Morgan. That's what I was just accusing Marnie of. And in here, you will see that this is the actual teething relief liquid that you will be directly applying to your children's little teeth. Now, let me find my card all about this because I want to talk about this. Now, a few things. Besides Twiniversity, of course, recommending it, go on Amazon and look at the reviews. You will never believe them. They're actually an Amazon's choice for teething, which is really, really impressive. So there's quite a few ingredients. They're all homeopathic ingredients, which means that they're all, nature-based, and there should be no allergy issues or anything. If you're worried, you, of course, could speak to your doctor beforehand. If you were using anything like gripe water or Boiron's colic relief liquid, then you're already familiar with kind of using homeopathic medicines for, relief. I use them myself all the time. They actually make something called Cycle Ease PMS that I can't live without. So that's a different story for a different day. Okay, I'm good now. I'm going to try not to get too close to the camera. So you'll see here that you have 5 little vials of the teething liquid. It's literally listed what's on there, which if you are a parent who ever uses stuff for nebulizers, my biggest gripe with any vial is that they do not put their information on it, and it's really hard to read, especially if you're trying to use like albuterol or something in the middle of the night like I have. It's been crazy, but Boiron has really paid attention and made this perfect for us. So this is totally hygienic. This is non-numbing, which thank you very much for Deborah for saying that. So a lot of the teething relief items that are out on the market are kind of like a numbing agent, but that could have some interactions with your baby. This has none of that. Okay, so it's chamomile based, and Deborah could tell us everything else that's in it. But what's really amazing is that you just twist the top, okay? And then you put it on the inside. I'm actually going to use this because there's nothing in here that would bother me. You put it on the inside of their cheek and you squeeze. It's a few drops. So you get it all out. There's literally no flavor. There is no dyes. There is no sugar. There is no flavors. There's no artificial sweeteners. There's no flavor to this. So your kids are not going to revolt by any means when you are using this. Oh, yeah, Morgan, I got tips for you when it comes to razor blades on the nipples. Yes. So there it is. So Deborah just gave us from Boron, she just gave us the link to what the all the ingredients that are in here. But notice it's as simple as that. So obviously you will be using these for both 20s. And if your babies are still having an issue, you could keep giving these up to 9 doses a day, which is why you're like, why are we getting so many? Why would I need to buy so many? I'm telling you, you guys are going to get hooked on the relief that this is going to be providing for your children. Okay. Plus, I really do love that color. It's like such a beautiful pink. So, yeah, you're welcome for the demo. By the way, that wasn't the first time I demoed it. Whenever we start working with a new product, I always use the product. Even if it's a pacifier, I will put it in my mouth. I will clean it first to see if there's a taste to it, if there's anything weird for people who might have a sensory issue. I'm very interactive when it comes to our products, because if I am going to say, hey, listen, I think this is a good idea for you guys to go out and buy this, I really want to make sure that it is. And so I do know that the Camellia teething relief is actually going to work for you guys. So for me, I know that our parents have had wonderful success. I actually shouldn't say I guarantee that it's going to work. What I can say is it's worth a try, because teething really, really, really stinks. And you have to kind of exhaust your options. Do you put it on one side only or both sides? Kathy, I would say that you are just going to put it wherever you can. So if your baby is fussy and you could squeeze it all into one side of the cheek, go for it. It is a minimal amount, so they're not going to cough. They're not going to choke on it. It is really, really, really a minimal amount. So I would not get nervous about kind of splitting it up. But yeah, I love that it has zero flavor. It's water. It just tastes like water. There is nothing special about it. So yeah, that is that. Now, let's just go back to a few more things that I do want to talk about when it comes to teething, and whether this is kind of like an old wives' tale or whether this is true. But a lot of people think that fevers are often associated with teething. Now, a low grade fever can be associated with teething. However, if your baby's temperature ever reaches 100.4, that's not a teething issue. That's something different. And sometimes, often, ear infections get underdiagnosed by parents. They don't take them to the doctor when your babies are teething. Because another thing that babies will do is when your babies are teething, they'll often like touch their face, they'll pull at their ears, because this whole area just hurts them so bad and they just keep touching it. But if your child keeps tugging at their ear and they're running a higher fever than 100.4, they actually could have an ear infection. So I don't know if you guys have, we are very, very well versed in the art of ear infections. So yeah, that is something that it's kind of like, it's not a misconception, because it could be a low grade fever. So you could have like a 98, maybe 99, but anything above 100.4, we're at a teething town. And now we're into kind of cold ear infections, something else. You have to look into that. Okay. So please make sure that you do. But honestly, when in doubt, I believe in this. I love my pediatrician. My kid's first pediatrician has since retired, and I still text her to this day, even though she's retired, and she still texts me. Your pediatricians play such a big role in your life, and mine was always very supportive. So we used homeopathic medicines on my twins when they were little. We took our kids to the chiropractor when they were little, and I was really worried about speaking to my pediatrician about this, but I personally have had good success with this. And I was worried that our pediatrician would be like judging and being like, no, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. That's not going to do anything, blah, 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 blah. Her theory was, listen, if it makes you comfortable and you want to give it a try, there's no harm to it. Go for it. So I love my pediatrician, and I'm so sad that she retired. But when in doubt, call the pediatrician. If you're concerned that it's something else, even the drooling, if you're concerned that it's something else, maybe reflux, maybe that drool has a scent to it that's a little acidic and you're worried that it's reflux and it's not just drool, it's actually spit up. When in doubt, do what? That's right. Call the pediatrician. So now that we got that out of the way, I feel like we just need to keep giving away prizes. Is that cool with you guys? So prize time, prize time, prize time. And I think we definitely give away another prize from our friends at Boiron, which is going to be the wonderful, wonderful Camellia Teething Relief Prize Pack with the double bibs and the whole 9 yards. So yeah, if you want to play prize time, just shout out prize time. I love it. I love that you guys are here. I feel like I keep wanting to upload more memes for you because I found so many of them that were making me laugh. Here is another one that I just found. Okay. We have some teething issues, but other than that, everything's great, right? When your kids are chewing on you or they're chewing on their sibling or whoever. But yeah, the amount of teething memes that I found really just made me so happy. So yeah, so now if we want to play prize time, all we have to say, let's do this. You know, chamomile is a flower. So why don't you just put an emoji of a flower in if you would like to win the prize pack? That is what it is. And yes, Camellia is lactose free, which is fantastic. I'm telling you, it's just absolutely great. So just find your favorite emoji flower. Put that in. Could be a rose, could be a clover, could be the daisy, could be just a beautiful fall leaf, whatever you'd like. Throw that in. Oh, I like it, Morgan. Morgan went with pink. Megan went with stars, but she's got to still put in her flowers. So everybody's got to put in their little prize time. Oh, I love me a little tulip, Sarah. Or is that a rose? Marnie and Morgan, you guys are twinning right now. Look at that. So put in your favorite flower. Julie will pick a winner, and then we will continue going. Now, another thing that we want to talk about quickly, April went all out. April went in full in spring is what April just did, which I love. So Beth, you're twinning with Marnie and Morgan. So another thing that comes up during the teething time is some diarrhea. I know we don't want to talk about it, but we got to talk about it. So here's a few things that I want to talk about. Teething Diarrhea by Natalie Diaz. Here's my TED Talk. Okay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That's what I say to my kids all the time when I lecture them about cleaning the bathroom. And this is how you clean a bathroom, kids. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So my TED Talk on diarrhea when it comes to teething is that it kind of goes with the territory. So if you've noticed that your baby is gnawing, you've noticed that your baby is irritable, you've noticed quite a few things, and now they have diarrhea, please make sure that you are making sure that they are hydrated, number one, because they're losing fluids if their stools are loose, but you also want to make sure that their skin is clean and clear. April, you won. April, you did it. You crazy minx, you with your full-on spring. Congratulations. I love it. Yeah, I need all the flowers too, April. So everybody congratulate April for winning. She did it. She got herself a prize pack, which is going to be great. Love it, love it. But back to Diarrhea Town. Check their diapers often and early. Okay, so always before a feed. And if you think that they had a little bit of a blowout, you might want to check that out after a feed too, especially if you're going to put them down for a nap. But one thing, where are my babies at? My babies are back there somewhere. But one thing that I really want you to make sure, I'm actually missing a baby. Oh, no, there he is. You guys see him? He's up there. So one is behind the clothes and then one is up there. One thing you want to make sure of is especially that you are wiping high enough up on their back, because we often, you lift their legs, you clean their little butts, and then you go on. When it comes to diarrhea, sometimes it could slip out of the back of their diaper and go up their back. So guys, you got to make sure that you are cleaning all the way up their back, because they could still get a diaper rash on the back of their neck if their stool is that liquid and coming out. So please, 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 I beg you, make sure that you are wiping appropriately, using the appropriate cream if there is redness or irritation or whatever, because this is something that comes along with the territory. But of course, if it's accompanied with vomiting and a fever, you need to call your doctor. Okay. All right. So now, look, I had my prize times like all weird. You guys know I have this very organized, and we keep going off the rails because I'm just having such a good time. All right, now, teething and breastfeeding. Woo! This definitely presents some new challenges because they may be gnawing on you. If that starts to happen and you feel them clamp down and you feel their tiny little teeth buds come on, you have to unlatch them. You have to unlatch them and then give them something to replace that bitingness. So a teething necklace would be appropriate. A cold with washcloth would be appropriate. Something like a frozen teething toy that is made to go in the freezer, not just something that you decided to put in the freezer, but something like that would be appropriate if they need that counter pressure. Your nipple should not be that counter pressure. Okay, so the first thing that you do if you notice that they're starting to do that is get them unlatched. To get them unlatched, you just put your little finger in the corner of their mouth to break the seal, and then you are good to go. So that's the first thing. Second thing is before you begin breastfeeding, you definitely want to massage their little gums and try to relieve any of that pressure that they may have so that when they do latch on and they do start drinking, that it is an enjoyable experience for everybody. Because if you don't relieve that pressure, once again, you're going to be the pressure. So trying to kind of get ahead of the game with that wet washcloth, with that ma'am little bunny guy, with a teething necklace, something, but let them kind of get that out and then get them to latch on. Okay. The next thing that I would recommend that you do is try to get a little bit of your milk to let down. I do always firmly believe in as many feeds as you could possible. You do skin to skin before you get your babies to latch on. However, if that is not possible, then just get a little bit of your milk expressed so that it's already coming out and they know that this is not gnawing time, that this is feeding time. Okay, so that is another one. And then finally, you may have to change positions. If the position that you're currently using, if you're using a cross hold, if you're using, the cradle hold, if you're doing a football hold, if whatever you're doing keeps making them give that same reaction of that biting, try changing positions and see if that works. And in our book, if you do not know, we have literally a diagram. I do not know where it is because this book is only a week old and I am not as familiar with it as I was our old one. But if you look at page 200 in our new book, it's going to give you a ton of choices of positions. But even this, it's not like, this isn't a rule book. This is a guidebook. So this is just supposed to be used to help you out. Now, I think because I'm holding this book in my hand, Jewel, let's go a little off script. And I think it's another prize time. Let's give away a brand new copy, the first printing of What to Do When You're Having to Revise edition by yours truly, with a lot of the Mom Squad quoted in here. And we do cover teething as well in here. If you would like to win a copy of this, just say, let's just be totally vain and just say, go Nat, go. Because this is such a big win for me. It's huge. So just say go Nat go if you would like to receive one of the first copies off of the press of the new revised edition of What to Do When You're Having to. Even if you do not have the old copy, and by the way, I will autograph this to your 20s if you'd like. I will be sending it directly. So this is going to come from me with my handed nail polish extravaganza that I have here. I will send you one copy. I only got 10. So you will get one of them because I'm so happy that we're doing this today. I'm so happy that Boiron is playing with us. It's such a celebratory month for us. There's so much going on. It's great. So just say go Nat go. Jewel will pick a winner and I will personally get that mailed out to you from here. And that's that. You will get it from my 1 of 10, my personal collection. All right. Now, we still have more prizes to give away, and I know our time is nearing the end. So I do want to just kind of give you some hardcore tips on when your babies have teething pain. Okay. We've kind of covered a lot of these, but I just want to kind of like boom, 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 give you some bullet points here. Number 1, warm or cold pack on the outside of their face. is very, very comforting. If you've ever had tooth pain, sometimes you may want a warm compress next to your face, or maybe even a cold compress next to your face. Yeah, you got that. Megan Sullivan, congratulations. Megan O'Sullivan, you are the winner. I am very, very excited. It will be that literal copy that I was just holding. Hopefully I did not dog ear any of these pages yet. No, I did not. So this is a wonderful fresh copy. If you would like me to autograph it, just put in the direct messages who you would like me to make the book out to. Perhaps you want to give this to a friend that is currently expecting. I will send it to them as a gift from you. Entirely up to you. You just let me know. Boiron, please. I'm excited that you gave us this opportunity. We'd love to talk about teething. So warm or cold pack on the outside of their face. The next thing you need is stuff for them to chew on. So they make these wonderful little mesh sacks that you could put a piece of fruit in that your kids could chew on. However, do not start playing around with new fruits if you did not test that fruit out to make sure that they have no allergy. So if you've never put a strawberry in your baby's food before, we are not testing it out during teething time. Okay. So if you are going to get one of those little mesh things to put fruit in, make sure that you've tested that fruit and that fruit is good to go. Next thing is a cold washcloth or a frozen washcloth. But once again, I will tell you, you have to make sure that it's sanitary. So if you are worried about it, you could buy washcloths that are exclusively for teething. So when the babies were little, when my babies were little, I know that when you have babies in the house, I purposely went out to Walmart, coincidentally, and bought a 12-pack of white washcloths that I will specifically wash, knowing that those were going to be used for the babies. So what I would do is I would wash them, I would dry them with, the minimal detergent, but I wouldn't use like a lot of fabric softener. I wouldn't use, Bounty or whatever in the dryer. I wouldn't use any of that. But what I would do is once it was washed, I would make it damp, and then I would put it in the Ziploc bag and then put it in the freezer. Because if you put a washcloth just in the freezer, first of all, it's going to absorb the scent of your whole freezer, right? So if you have, pork chops or something else in there, it's going to smell like that. I don't know why your pork chop should smell in your freezer, but I'm just throwing that out there. But you do want to make sure that it is sanitary. So a wet, cold washcloth, definitely a good idea, but please make sure that whatever you're doing is hygienic. Next thing is teethers. Teethers are really great, but you have to make sure that you are washing them appropriately as well. So it's got to be a food grade cleaner. So you could buy something that you would use to wash produce. That would typically be okay. If you're worried, I'm positive that Boiron could tell you the safest way to clean items using kind of the most natural method. But of course, water is always great. But of course, that's only if your water is good, which you get your water tested, which will then take me down another rabbit hole, and we'll save that for another day. Teething necklaces. Teething necklaces are also fantastic because they're fashionable, they're cute, they're ready to go, but please make sure that they are hygienic, right? Because this is what it is. Next thing is a gum massage. You can't beat a good gum massage, but wash your hands. And then finally, like no joke, Camilia really is going to give you that teething relief, in my opinion. So try everything literally at the same time. Do whatever it takes, because you just need your babies to be comfortable. Because you know what happens when your babies are not comfortable? You are not comfortable. Okay. And ultimately, this is all about you, your parenting experience, and how to be a better parent to your twinnies. In order to do that, you have to make sure that you are the best version of you that you could be. So when your babies are going through teething, please make sure you're asking for help when necessary, you're getting enough sleep when necessary, you're eating properly, you're taking care of yourself, you're taking your own vitamins and supplements that you were taking before. You have to take care of yourself, because teething, there is no joke, right? It really is a time when if you have a friend or a family member that's kind of in that childbearing age and they meet your 20s and your 20s are teething, they're going to be like, absolutely not. No, thank you. This is ridiculous. I want nothing to do with having a baby. So make sure that you are taking care of yourself. I love it. Boiron, I can't possibly thank you enough for hosting this wonderful, wonderful live chat with us today. And I think that we should end it with yet another prize. Okay. This is going to be a big one. Okay. Who's ready for the biggest final prize of the day? So not only do we have one Boiron prize pack left to give out, but we're also going to give you our gift, which is the Walmart gift card. So if you would like to win, I want you to just say, thank you, Boiron. I want you to just tell them how much you appreciate that they gave us the opportunity to spend a lot of time researching the best tips and tricks for you guys. They really, I mean, if you just go to their website alone and remember, just go to, I will tell you, I think it's camiliateething.com/twiniversity. There is a ton of not only little one-page PDFs that are going to give you some quick tips, like really, really quick and easy to read, easy to use, easy to get your questions answered. Their customer service is absolutely extraordinary. One of the great things about working with them is they're a small team. They're very, very responsive, and don't let it stop there. I really would personally recommend that you look at their entire collection of products. And if you have issues with PMS, like somebody that I know, I am telling you their Cycle Ease PMS has really revolutionized the way that I feel. Now, could I prove more or eating better? No, but who cares? It's working for me. And so I'm letting it work for me. But they have a wonderful amount of products for your kids, for you, for everybody in your family. So, yep, just say, oh, Nicole, thank you. Just say, thank you, Boiron. I love that. They are. And also, did you know, and Deborah, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but Boiron was started by scientists that were twins, correct? Correct me. This is where I need this. And then Julie will pick a winner. So yeah, this is great. I'm really excited that we got to do this. I'm very excited that they are now a part of our family. We get to introduce more items to you. We get to have more interactive discussions, more prizes. I love prizes. I mean, I really do love prizes. I just got a prize. Believe it or not. I just got a prize that just arrived. It's something that I'm going to be using this Friday. I was very excited. Maybe I'll come on this Friday and show you what it is. But Nicole, you won our big old grand prize for the day. So everybody say congratulations to Miss Nicole Miller, twin mama extraordinaire. And make sure that you thank Boiron and make sure you're following them on their webpage. Unfortunately, because of the program that I'm using, I couldn't tag them. So they're there. So you could just click them right there and go and follow them. They always will have coupons. They will all do their own giveaways. They're just a wonderful, wonderful team that you should really know about. So yeah. So thanks once again to all of you for joining us today. Yep, Nicole, you won. No joke. You did it. Today's your lucky day. Pass on the goodness. Thank you so much for joining us today. Boiron, thanks so much for playing with us. We're so excited that you're part of our Twiniversity family. We can't wait to do this again. And as always, if you need anything from us, anything, you could email us at community@twiniversity.com, or you could send us a direct message here on Facebook or on any single one of our social platforms. We will always reach out to you. And make sure that you're following Boiron. You could send them a direct message as well. It's just Boiron USA here on Facebook. And yeah, that is all I got to say for today. And that's it, guys. Have a wonderful day. Good luck with your teething twinnies. I promise you it'll get better. So until next time, guys, enjoy your day, and I will see you later, alligators. Bye, kids.